Hey folks, Southwest Prepper with the Southwest Prepper Group. I got a lot of questions about why be a prepper. What are you prepping for? I get this a lot, and this is kind of shocking this day and age with everything happening, with the elections, with the homeless, with the economy, food supply, the virus, you name it. We've got a lot of things coming in all directions. Again, no fear. We prepare. We hope for the best, prepare for the worst. So the question is, why do I prepare? Why do we all prepare? What makes a prepper think or tick like we do? And the most basic answer I can give you is, well, where do you live? It's your location. That's the most basic thing you should be preparing for. There's a reason why everybody says location, location, location. And I've been around the world, folks. I've been stationed all over the world, all over the United States. And it really does come down to location. Where you set roots, you need to be very sure. You need to be aware 100% of what's going on in that area, what's possible. Natural disasters are the basic thing that you should be preparing for. So looking at this map, just check out the general area of where you live. We've got earthquakes, high, moderate. We've got floods, we've got hurricanes, and we've got tornadoes. I've lived through just about every single one of these scenarios, believe it or not. I know location is very important to us, and I know for a lot of us, we cannot do a lot as far as moving or location. But as you see here, there's things happening around us all the time. Every time you look at the news, somewhere in the United States, something's on fire, something's getting washed away, cracks in the ground swallowing houses up, floods. Folks, this is why I prepare. This is why preppers exist. They have always existed, just under a different name. Survivors. Look at this, folks. This is nonsense. I mean, it's not nonsense. It's just crazy for me to try to understand that people don't know what to prep for. And trust me, by looking at this map, we all have something to prepare for. The white section in here is, I guess they couldn't find anything for as far as natural disasters, but I guarantee you there's floods in these areas. There's tornadoes in these areas. There's snowstorms in these areas. There's all kinds of things happening. The lights go out. Utilities go out. From the hurricanes, tornadoes, you name it. There's always something to prepare for. So yeah, my mind is a little blown when I get that question. I don't mean to sound pompous, but this is, come on, folks. You got to be aware of your surroundings. And yes, I've been lucky enough to have been around the world to see what happens when you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. When you set roots down in the wrong place. It may be a nice, clear decade, maybe even century, where weather's great, everything's great. You're sitting there on the coast, $500,000 house. All of a sudden, here comes something. A tornado, hurricane, flood. You have to be aware of this, folks. People build their houses all over the place. Nothing against that. But you have to be aware. I was stationed in northern Texas. Went through, I think it was a F3 or F4 tornado. Picked up aircraft and put them on a 4-story building, folks. Stationed down here in the panhandle of Florida. Non-stop weather. I went through, let's see, one major hurricane and numerous tropical storms. Flooding non-stop. Red tide non-stop. It was a challenge. Lived over here on the West Coast, San Diego area. Went through a small earthquake. Yeah, folks, I'm not joking. I've been through just about everything. That's why I live where I live. And I'm not saying my spot is the safest spot. I'm the king of the mountain. I know it all. No. I've been lucky enough to have time to do research, to have the funds to be able to pick out a safe spot. I've experienced a lot of things, so I've been lucky enough to see what's possible. And I didn't want to raise my family in any of that. I didn't want to take that risk. Blessings to all you folks that live in those areas and they have to take this risk on a daily basis and you can't move for whatever reason, but I couldn't do it. So I ended up here at a moderate earthquake area, which I know. I've known that for a long time. The Rio Grande Rift. It's just one of those things that you have to be aware of, folks. What's in my area? What can take me or my family out? So, folks, again, location, location, location. If you have the means, if you have the financial abilities to seek out a safe home in a safe area, and I'd say cities, large cities, metropolitans, if I could, I would stay away from. You could live on the outside of them, 10, 15, 20 miles, something like that. If you need to, rely on cities. But my ideal situation would be somewhere similar to where I'm at now. And again, it's not the best spot. I know I'm living in the desert. Desert survival is a whole nother thing. But look at this map again, folks. Study the map. Again, if you can make your move, or if you're planning on making your move, study the map. If you're moving into one of these areas, or if you can't move out of one of these areas, this is what you prep for. Okay, folks? Bottom line, these are the things you need to prep for right now. Besides everything else going on in the world, bottom line, natural disasters, basic prepping, and you just go from there. Once you got your prep set for natural disasters, then you can expand. But this is how you start prepping, folks. And look at the map. We all need to be prepping. All of us. All right, folks, sorry for the rambling, but this is a very important question. This is a very important first step for prepping for emergency survival is location. You must have a safe location. If you built your house on top of a volcano, filled it with all these preps, and you're out there saying, well, the volcano hasn't erupted in over, 500 years. It's a great location. I got a good view. Folks, that's a risk. I'm sorry, but that's a huge risk. So make your decision a wise decision. Location is 100% going to keep you alive if you know what to prep for, what to look out for. All right, folks. Love and light to you all. Southwest Prepper, over and out.